I am trying to get through this, and it is so awful. Well, whose idea was it to make a nuclear winter special? It's the most depressing and boring and bleak comic book I think I've ever read in my life. It's like you have a world full of superheroes, but your planet is going to die anyway. Eh, who? Okay, so I thought this was kind of like a Christmas one, and they even talk about Christmas, but this is horrible. At first, this is like they're trying to weave in the 1,000 Arabian Tales or something, because these guys are going to eat, what is his name? Rip Hunter, I can't remember his name is Rip. The guy who travels into the future and past and whatever else, the time traveling guy. So he tells a bunch of stories so they won't eat him, which is kind of like 101 Arabian Tales, I think is what it was. But they're awful. They're so awful. The first one is about Damien, and it's post-nuclear war, and Ra's al Ghul, and they fight, and it's just, what? It's so bleak of a future. And at the end, they share animal meat, whatever. It's Batman 666 warmth. Then we have Mars in the 853rd century. So this is at Superman 1 million. He's talking to a ghost of John's, I guess. And then he goes back into the past. And yeah, it's just, it's not something that's inspiring. It's not something that makes me excited. I'm not into this. It's just not good. I'm not saying that because it's a modern comic book. I have read old comic books too that are just bad. And then this one, The Flash. He keeps trying to go back and change time again, of course, trying to get out of his little prison, but then he's like, oh, well, you know what? Wally takes my place, and I feel good about it, so yay. It's just pointless. These stories are completely pointless. I just don't get it. It's just a horrible book altogether. Then he's talking about Christmas to these guys, the ones that want to eat him. And they're like, oh, I remember Christmas. Well, I was Jewish. Kronk was Jewish. Well, happy Hanukkah to you. And then the future of Atlantis, a frozen future after all the nuclear wars, and how they're going to send Aquaman down to get some mud that will save people from mutation and radiation. And I'm like, really? This is not the kind of book that brings me Christmas joy. It brings me so far, it's just been abysmal. And I'm like, I'm not even halfway through it. It's just bad. Then there's another one about this woman who's got blonde hair, saves this child named Lucy, and she's trying to get her to the top of the thing. And then we know why, because she gets sunlight up there, because the nuclear winter's clouds are not reaching that far up. And once she's got a little bit of fuel, she's going to fly off with her to Kal-El's Fortress of Solitude, and then she's going to put her in a rocket and send her to another planet where they can save her from the, I guess, radiation sickness. And she decides to go with her. Supergirl and the Last Daughters. Yeah, I don't, maybe this has got a happy ending and all this, because so far it's just been a very bleak comic. I'm just like, I was just going to stop here and do a little review. It's not going to be a complete review. I'll just call this review one of, who knows. I just hope you have a great day. Hope you find something good to read. And I would steer clear of this book. I cannot believe it cost $9.99. Maybe it was really, this was what it was, $6.66, because that's what it feels like. I mean, the cover looks like it's fun. The comic book so far is boring. It's horrible. It's dismal. It's not what I enjoy comic books to be. I enjoy comic books that have a hint of humor in it, action, adventure. This is none of those things. This is nothing. It's just like telling us, oh, the world's going to be bad and terrible in the future. Yay. Anyway, have a great day.